Halloween is just around the corner, and you know what that means. It's time for another chair gameplay. Okay, so I had some mighty plans for this year's chair gameplay, but then I forgot. So instead, I'm just going to turn on my face cam a little bit and show you the usual, which is Blender, which I'm now going to show you. Yeah, there we go. There's me. And I made Blender too small. This year, I've taken a small peek into Blender's node editor. And I do mean just a small peek. Blender's node editor is very good and very powerful. And in fact, I think it's more than one node editor, actually. Shader editor, geometry node editor, texture node editor, compositor. Probably has nodes in it. I don't know. I haven't clicked all these buttons. But Blender's nodes can do some really good and cool and powerful things. And I have not done those good, cool, or powerful things. What you're looking at right now is a chair, which is not abnormal. And this chair is made of bricks. And this one, the very first one is bricks.png. It's a PNG of this brick texture, which is a procedurally generated by Blender texture, but it's a screenshot of it. What I did was I got a cube and then I zoomed in on it, and then I just took a screenshot. So we get that JPEG. It's a PNG. And then we flow it out into two places, way down the line, but also right here. We take that brick, you know, I think I can show this. That's what we have. That's the information that's in this node. It's taken into two places. Way down the line, which we'll get to later, and then down here into this color ramp. This color ramp takes the bricks, the actual brick parts, and the mortar parts, and it separates them into just pure black and pure white. It looks like this. White, black, white, black, white, black. And I also had to come down here in this slider and make sure that it was in just the right place, otherwise there would be some bricks that were all black and some bricks that were all white, and it looks like we can get like a checkered brick kind of thing going on here. Now, we are going to use this map as data, and this data is going to tell us where to increase the elevation, because the effect that we're going for, should have started with this, is to make it look like the bricks are coming out a little further than the mortar. The mortar is recessed a little bit, and the bricks come out a little bit. That's the effect that we're going for. So we're going to tell the Blender to display all of the areas that are white as a little bit further up, using this node, the bump node. Does that look like this? Can I just do that? Can I plug a green into a blue? I guess I can. This looks like the bump map. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. This is really weird. I've never done this. Oh, cool. Anyways, remember we got that brick PNG from the beginning. If we didn't have the bump map plugged in to our principal BSDF node, then it would just look like this. Pretty normal, which is fine, which is pretty much what it looks like. But now, since we're doing all of that math with the bump map and all of that everything, it looks much better. It looks like this. Yeah! I kind of can't tell the difference. I feel like I've seen the difference on other things that I put this brick texture on, but I can't tell the difference on this chair. Brother. There are other ways that people have done it that is better, that the nodes go directly into the mesh and they edit the mesh, and I didn't want to mess with that. It seemed scary. There's that without the bump map. There's it with the bump. And then without the bump. And then here we go with the bump. If that's not everything, I can't tell you anything. That's not the only one though. I did another texture that used the node editor. The other one's a little more simple. 4 nodes instead of 5. But we actually have one of these red nodes, which is an input node, which is very rare. I don't use those. I mean, it's not rare for anyone else. I just don't use them. What this does is, for every instance of the object that we have, we get a random number. We take that random number and we set it to be the hue, which is a part of the color. The hue value of our base color, of our printable BSDF. And then that printable BSDF is the output. So what that means is for every chair that we have, it'll be a different color. Check this out. Bam. Bam. The colors are pretty muted. I'll fix that real quick. We're just going to turn that up to 1 for right now. Look at that. We got a blue, we have a purple, we have a different shade of purple. Oh, that. Yeah. Several different colored chairs, all with the same texture. Isn't that cool? I found some other things that happened too, based on not just putting in a random number. Originally what I had was it was based on the location of the chair. Of course, you can't just plug location into hue, because location is a vector 3 form of data, which means there are 3 data points. Oh no. You can just plug it in. Formerly, I had the location be what determined the color of the material. But this didn't work for me, because whenever you move one of these chairs, it changes color. It's which wasn't fun. I wanted some moving chairs and some non-color changing chairs. Whenever you have it on random, the chairs don't change color based on where they are. I can show you again with this if we just duplicate it, and then there it goes. I also tried a different node. Instead of object info, I think I was geometry info. What's this? Why did it turn brown? It's because color. The color is just... Alright, okay. Position. This provided an interesting effect. See? A cool gradient. The thing is, though, the chairs still change color when you move them. Chairs will change to be the same color if they're in the same place, just like with the old node, the object info node. But instead, it's not based where the object is or where its origin is, but rather where any actual piece of the chair is. So you see these chairs are multicolored, which looks really cool, but is definitely not what I was going for. Does it turn black if I just move it all the way out here? Wow. Yeah, wow, it's just black. It's black now. It's only colorful if you put it in the center. Very interesting. Because it's becoming a negative number, so if you move it further up, then it should become closer to white. Yellow, okay, yeah, that's cool. I wonder how Blender translates it, because position, that's a vector 3 form of data. Oh, because we have it set to color and not hue. Let me just change that. Yep, there we go. Okay, yeah, this is what I had before. See these rainbow stripes? Again, very neat, but not what I'm going for. Change that value up to 1, and yep, that's pretty cool. But again, not what I want. You're going to see that these are super diagonal lines, and I found a way to make them horizontal lines or vertical lines. I just found a way to make them just one-dimensional lines. Separate X, Y, Z, yeah. There we go, cool. So now you can see the lines are straight up and down. If we look at a chair from the side is just one solid color. We can take the Y, plug that into the hue, and then it should just be back and forth lines like this. Well, not quite what I was expecting. Alright, okay. And then Z. Very, very neat. Like layer cakes. Now, using a math node, we can combine these values to get diagonal lines, which is very neat. And we can use further math nodes to not just make them 45-degree angles. I just noticed this pink ball right down here. Why is it pink? It's supposed to be the same color as the chairs. Why is it pink? And that's it. That's this year's chair gameplay. I am tiny. I'm not in frame either. And that's the end of the chair gameplay. Alright, okay, goodbye. Bye. Bye, everyone. Goodbye.